Hello everyone. Again, I'm not brilliant, so that's why the videos have been few and far between. But I wanted to share this with you because it's something that I have recently experienced this morning, in fact. um, so, oh, the camera's wobbling. I hate it when the camera wobbles. So sorry for the camera wobbling, everybody. So basically, I have just joined the NHS app. I know I'm late to the party, but I'm just not a big app person. And I was just looking through some of my things. Now, first of all, I am due referrals and tests and things, and there's no record of them in my records. So I contacted my surgery and they were like, nope, we don't have anything. So I spoke with my doctor this morning, so hopefully that's going to be resolved, although it hasn't been yet, so we shall see. But my thing is, particularly when you have ME or any chronic illness, because often chronic illness, once you've had it for a certain amount of time, people just, like doctors, just kind of like, it's up to you now, kind of thing. But particularly with ME, because there's such a sort of stigma attached to it that you're mental, great, which you're not. It's just that a lot of doctors still don't understand it, which is very sad. I'm so sorry for the camera wobbling. Oh, that makes me feel so ill. But basically is that you might not always get told everything from a test. So I have just looked up my old MRI results from last year. And when I was told my results, it was like, no, it's absolutely normal. There's nothing to be concerned about. However, I have just read the letter for the first time that the MRI people, whatever, radiologist thing, sent back to my GP. And it's not the same as completely normal. There's things like, oh, she's young, so we're surprised to see sort of degeneration in her bones at this young age. Why wasn't I told that? Also, there are things that they've picked up on that they were like, it's nothing to sort of, it's nothing new, but we saw something that we saw from a previous MRI. So then I went back to that previous MRI and it was like, oh, we've noticed this, like bulging in the disc. And it's like, I wasn't told that either. So basically, read your medical records. Now, obviously, you don't want to become like a nuisance to your doctor's surgery because that can get you labelled with all sorts of things. But it's a good idea to just sort of keep an eye on the back and forth that the doctors are having sort of behind your back. And I don't want to make it sound bad, but sometimes it really is like they genuinely decide not to tell you things. I've had this before, but I was hoping it would be different now that I'm sort of officially not having ME, but I've got something else. Great. But again, you know, I've had it for over a year now. Well, on Friday, which is my husband's birthday, that's when it all kicked off majorly, although it had been sort of gradually deteriorating for about a year prior to that. But anyway, long story short, read your medical records. It's very enlightening what they say about you. Just things like, oh, this charming young lady came in, and they're being all positive, and then they're like, oh, but I think this might happen, and it's just like, oh, goodness sake. So yeah, so read your medical records. That's my advice, and all the best.